Hello, how's it going? This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports, and yo, it's time to start the show. Get it going. Well, I'm looking forward to the season getting last week and the week before behind us. You know, last couple weeks we went 1-1 as far as losing one and uh, winning one. Uh, we need to do better in our division. Uh, it's time to pick up, shut or shut up. You know, we have a tough schedule left for sure. Um, of course, we're taking on the Saints. Um, we take on the Saints. Then we go ahead and we take on the Chicago. Saints that Saints. We also have Denver in there too. Uh, so it's like we got a lot. We got a lot that we got to get done. And I think we can get back on the winning ways. You know, we got the Saints at New Orleans, and so we get two away games. Then we go to Chicago. Hey, Grandizer 12, how's it going? No, it's not Friday. I know that. I know that. I just decided to. It's been a while since I've been on. Of course, I wasn't really on last week because of Thanksgiving holiday, but it's not Friday. But I know I just kind of wanted to get on here. I was on a little bit. I was on for like an hour and a half late last night. How's your day going? How's your? Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Um, but yeah, the Lions they need to you know in talking to some of the Lions fans, everybody was acting like the season's lost. It's not lost yet. Yes, the Lions have tough games coming up. Our remaining schedule. Um, I'll just go ahead and post it. To the screen. All right, but our remaining schedule is, of course, we got the Saints this week at New Orleans. We got the Chicago Bears at Chicago and Denver at Detroit. Then we go ahead and we host the Vikings, which the Vikings have proved even with Dobbs, they're not they're not invincible to say. The Vikings are not invincible. They can still be uh, beaten. All right. Yeah, Lions remaining schedule is, of course, and of course we're the 8-3 Lions. Uh, New Orleans Saints, Chicago Bears, Denver Broncos, Minnesota Vikings, Dallas Cowboys, and the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, that's our remaining schedule, and I think that we're still 2 games ahead of Minnesota. So it's I don't want to back into the playoffs. I want of course I want to win the remaining games. That's what I want to do. I mean, that just goes without saying. But I don't want to back into the playoffs. I don't want to back into the NFC North title. I want the Lions to win these games by actually winning. I want the Lions to win the NFC North by actually winning the games. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want them to just okay. Also, know yeah, these teams play terrible, so we're in the game. We're the NFC North champions. Um, the Lions have control of it. There's they have control of their own destiny, to say. All right. Have a gun will travel. Read the cards, man. A knight without armor is a savage land in a savage land. Sometimes I think faster than I read, so I read the words wrong that way too. Uh, land, fast gun higher. Heed the callings. When heed the calling when. A soldier of fortune is a man called Paladin. All right. Peloton. Where do you roam? Peloton, far from home. He travels to wherever he must. A chaste knight. A chaste knight, a silver in his badge of trust. Okay, there are campfire legends of the Plainton song of the man with a gun, of the man called Peloton, where you roam, Peloton, far from home, far from home. I gotta turn this off and turn my notifications on my phone off. I forgot to do that. Uh, but yeah, so that's basically where we're at. If we beat, you know, if we can go ahead and beat the Vikings twice, yeah, I mean that's not going to do it, alone. But the Lions are in the best position to actually win the NFC North. Um, I hope that we don't see. Uh, I hope Dan Campbell don't help us lose. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. You got to take the good with the bad with. Dan Campbell, he's built this team, built us into a winner and stuff like that. But I mean, some of those fourth down decisions. Hey, Kevin, yeah, yes, let's win it. Hell yeah, that's for sure, Kevin. I like that. Let's just go ahead and win it. How you doing, my man? Yeah, I and what I mean, just win these games. I mean, you know, you have you have teams that are playing good right now that the Lions are going up against. All right, the Lions just need to play better. That's what they got to do. They just need to go out and freaking take it to them and freaking win. What brings out the maniac in you? Tim's Maniac Sports. Yeah. What brings the actually the damn actually going for it on fourth down on your own 20-yard line. That that was stupid as hell. I'm sorry. I respect Dan Campbell, and I'm not saying fire Dan Campbell. I'm not getting on that deal because that's he's also the one that got us to 8-2, 8-3. Okay, so I'm not, but I'm saying, come on, Danny. Come on. Let's just let's get a little bit real here. You know. Oh God, hero of the week. Oh man, it's hard to pick up heroes after that game. Oh man, unless I'm going for it. I mean, St. Brown, he did his job. And free Khalif Raymond, I mean, shoot, he's been showing up like crazy. So those would be my hero of the week. As far as for one of the bad deals of the week would definitely be you got to go with Goff with those fumbles. You know, you can't have that kind of, and also, you know, people that burned on defense like crazy. Uh, why he did, why why he loses stuff like that? I don't know. He's one that thinks that he's one that thinks that his team should be able to make it every time. But I mean, it gets frustrating. And if it works out, yeah, it's great. But there's sometimes when you know, I mean, let's just face it. That one near the 20-yard line, it did, help give the it basically handed the Packers a touchdown. Because they were able, it made it too hard on the defense. I can see going for it and down towards the goal line and stuff like that. But you also got to go with the flow on how you're doing that that day. And I think that's where he loses it sometimes because his mentality when he gets on that, when that camel gets on that kick that he's gonna go for, I think that he just wants that first down so much. But you got to consider on how that's gonna affect the game overall if you don't get it. Yeah, if you get it, it's great. It's wonderful and stuff like that. You know, but if you don't, and at the 20-yard line, that's just stupid in my opinion. Who who let the lions out? Who let the maniac out, man? All right. Tim's Maniac Sports Lions coach Slayer bum of the week. Okay. Uh, Aaron Glenn. He's kind of been, although I don't think it's totally Aaron Glenn. Far for bum of the week. I um I don't think that. So as far as for the bum of the week, and of course, honorable mention for bum of the week needs to be Dan Campbell for going for it when he did. Bum of the week, of course, I said, and Jared Goff got the bum of the week because of hey, he's in the last in the last 2 games he has had 7 turnovers. You know, one they were able to against Chicago they were able to recover from, but against Green Bay with the 3 fumbles they were not. So watching this team year after year pisses me off. Growl. It's hard to be a Lions fan 2000 and 2023 Mike Kimmer, Micro Mike. And yeah, that's true. It does. But I know, it's oh yeah, Micro Mike. Wow. It gets so frustrating. That's the thing about it all. You know, uh and I think we have finally got to the point, I mean, when they got 8-2, they finally got to the point where we were actually believing that we could actually, we had the wins, we had the team to compete. Now, I still say that we are weak on defense, in a lot of areas, you know, um, and that was not, we were not upgraded as well as I think we should have been. It's just the way it was. They didn't go ahead and upgrade the defense. I think in a matter, but of course you can't do everything in one year, and that's the deal. Now this upcoming draft, you know, uh, this upcoming draft is they really gotta focus on defense. I think, this upcoming draft they got to focus on defense. Um, Otherwise, it's like, well, what? where you're gonna go with it. Watch this team. Okay. That one. All right. Damn it. They choked, man. They choked every time. Jesus, man, choke. Oh, I can see him. Oh man. Let's just, you know, let's just hope that they got the choke out of the way. You know, they have, you know, I mean, there was at one point, at one point you had where we were 50% in wins and losses on oh Lions, on Thanksgiving days. But now we have lost like 8 in a row, 7, 8 in a row. You know, we can't make losing the Thanksgiving Day game a tradition by the Lions. And that's what they have done. Um, but and in the same token, it's only a game. It's only one game. So at the end of the night, at the end of the day, and yes, we got. I mean, you want to know what brings out the maniac in me? Is when the freaking Green Bay Packers not only go ahead and beat us, but they go ahead and kick us in the ass. Excuse the language, but dang it, why in heck? I mean, not only did they beat us, but they gave us a royal butt whipping. I mean, yes, we made it close at the end, and see that there is how we made it close at the end is one of the main reasons. One of the main reasons why I am so against on how all the time he goes for it on fourth down, no matter where on the field he is. Because if we would have gave it to them on the 20-yard line, then they may not have gotten a touchdown. More than likely, they still could have gotten a touchdown, but Green Bay may have not have gotten a touchdown. So to me that was a stupid move by Dan Campbell to go there. I'm just gonna say, I mean, yes, I'm not calling for his head to go ahead and get fired, but I'm saying when you do an idiot move like that, you know, I mean, come on, Dan. Get your head out of your butt and don't go for it on fourth down on the 20-yard line again. All right, there. I got that out. Hope everybody has a great day. I got riled up there. Yeah. All right. But I mean, hey, you gotta say how it is. I mean, when somebody makes an acidine move, you you got to do it. And another thing, I mean, hey, I'm all for Brad Holmes and all this other stuff, but during the trade line, you know, during the trade line deadline, we knew that uh that our defense was weak. All right, and they made no moves to shore up that defense. They made no moves at all. When you got a team that's in position like the Lions where they're maybe a couple players away from actually not only competing to win the NFC North, but competing to win the to make a run in the playoffs for maybe getting to that Super Bowl. You know, you you add players to your roster in free agency. Now, I'm willing to go ahead and to take some of the future off as far as for being bad in some of the distant future to go ahead and get the darn Lions to the Super Bowl. Because hey, we gotta remember Bears are not really a bad team. They had some bad luck, but they're going to get a lot better in the next couple of years. You know, they're probably more than likely going to get the first round pick because they own, you know, they own Carolina's first round pick. You know, and Carolina, I don't think firing Frank Reich is really going to do much this late in the season to get that pick where it's not the first round pick. I think they're going to get that first round pick. Uh, and then they're going to have another, you know, probably another within the first 10 round, 10 players to add to that pick. So you're figuring in this year's draft, they're going to have a couple within your first 10 picks to help shore up their team. Yeah, I unleashed the Maniac. Maniac Sports. I did. I sure as hell did. Because it needed to be said. I mean, and, like I said, I'm not, some of these idiots some of these people are actually saying that we should get rid of Brad Holmes. We should get rid of that. No, 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 no. What the hell are they thinking? You don't get rid of coaches that have brought you to this. But do they still make mistakes? You know, I mean, it isn't like Dan Campbell had plateaued. It isn't like Brad Holmes. I mean, you figure in just 3 years, we have gotten they have gotten ourselves into serious contentions. You know, but I know something in that defense does need to change. They need to figure out how to upgrade. And of course, we gotta secure on Rod St. Brown's position. He's becoming that free agent. We also got to keep the good free agents that we have. We got to get rid of Will Harris. Come on. You know, he's the bum of the week every week, just about. You know, um, he's a roster spot that is just you know get one of these get a free agent out there that can go ahead and add something. I don't care. If you can play different spots, but you're bad at every spot, you don't deserve to be on this team. You know, you need winners. You need winners. That's what you need. You know, you need people that's going to go out there and just say, get the hell out and win the damn ball. That's what we need. Hey, thank you guys. You guys are watching Tin Maniac Sport, Open Chat, Rant and Rage. It's I mean, it's not all bad. It is not all bad. Yes, Lions had a bad game. Overall, they had a good year. Uh, but let's don't lose where we're at now. Let's don't lose where we're at now. That's what we got to do. We got to get where we're not. It's time. It's time to. I mean, also, we look at. I shared it. Uh, Minnesota and Chicago have their bye week this week. So that's one thing for sure. They have their bye week, and they're gonna be setting up. Let's go ahead. They got to beat Lions got to beat the Saints. They gotta go on. They gotta get a winning streak going now. They gotta. Chicago's going. Let's just face it. Chicago's going to be harder than hell to win. Over at Chicago, in the cold weather, you know, Justin Fields is playing his. You know, Justin Fields is playing his butt off right now. You know, uh, of course they beat Minnesota. You know, but that's just where we're at now. The Lions need to go ahead and just start winning again. You know, so uh, so if you look at where we're at, um, Lions are at 8-3. Minnesota's at 6-6. Packers are one game behind Minnesota, and then the Bears are 4-8. So the NFC North is still well within our deal. And then if you look at all the other teams in the NFC, you know, the Eagles are the only ones that has the clear, the clear advantage as far as with they're 2 games above us, 10-1. Uh, Cowboys, they got the same record. Uh, of course, then you have the Giants and the Commanders that are both at 4-8. 49ers are what we are. They're 8-3. Of course, they play the Eagles this week, so who knows? Who do you root for there? Do the Lions really have a realistically shot at taking number one? See from the Eagles. You know, it's what we gotta look at too. So would we rather have the 49ers lose so that we could be the second seed? I don't know. You know. And of course, NFC South. What the hell? Once again, the NFC South is at the point where they're probably going to get in. Whoever wins that conference could get in with a losing record. You know, that's where this thing is so messed up. Uh, we have seen last year Tampa Bay got in with a losing record in the NFC South, and it looks like you know Falcons or Saints could get in with a losing record too. I mean, and even if you look at it, I mean Tampa Bay at 4-7 in the NFC South is still not mathematically out of because they're only one game behind behind the Falcons and the Saints. So Falcons are 5-6, Saints are 5-6. Then Tampa Bay is 4-7. So Tampa Bay could still find a way to sneak into the playoffs. About the only one in that division that is more or less that is mathematically eliminated is is the Panthers. But what happens if the other teams would, I don't know, they're all scheduled. But what would happen if somehow the Panthers, which I would love to see the Panthers win the rest of their games. That would be awesome because then if the Panthers win the rest of their game, then that's less of a draft choice position. I don't think the Panthers are going to do it, but that's less of a draft choice position that the Bears would get. But yeah, if the Panthers win the rest of their games, they could actually, and the other teams lose in the NFC South. But of course they intertwine and play each other. But that would be weird as hell if somehow the Panthers won the NFC South after being that. I don't see it happening, but I'm just saying that would be weird as hell. So, but yeah, thank you guys for coming in. I watching the show. I'm just definitely I will be back on Friday for No Hold Bars Friday / Free for All Friday. If you guys want to take it as an offshoot for Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And of course, that name is just said in respect for Detroit Lions on the Prowl because they're the ones that started Free for All Friday. My show is really called No Holds Barred Friday. I won't mind slashing at Free for All Friday too. Because and in a lot of ways I have the right to do that too because I'm co-founder of Detroit Lions on the Prowl. So but I'm my show is no so make sure you guys tune in and that will be at 11 o'clock on Friday. I know we didn't have it last week. Last week I was out of town. I and but this week we will have No Hold Bars Friday or No Hold Bars at 11 uh a.m. Fridays, and that's gonna be that. I'm trying my best to try to make that every Friday at 11. Tell your friends about it. Let's get people on this show. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and let's get some people on the show. And I would really like to see a Saints fan on here. Because hey, you look at I mean, hey, yeah, Saints may be only 5-6, but they're still in the playoff hunt. So it does in no means do the Lions have this sold up just going, but they gotta go in and they gotta beat the Saints. That's what they gotta do. They gotta go in, they gotta beat the Saints. They just gotta get it done. You know, just like just like Larry the Cable Guy used to say, "Get it done." Just get it done. Get these wins done. Oh boy. But yeah, let's. But in saying that, it's 12:10. I do gotta go to work today, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Pretty much stop the show. Uh, I will be back on Friday and maybe even before that. Thank you, Grandizer 12. Thank you, Kevin, for popping in. I appreciate it. I know I have a few other people that are watching. Thank you. I'm sure Pup Dexter is watching. Thank you. Thank you. And let's just go ahead. Tim's Maniac Sports. You know, who knows? I might even be on tonight again after work. You know, but this is Maniac Tim saying goodbye. Thanks a lot. And what is that? I need to end this.